Welcome back to InfoMinds. Today, we're diving into the 2024 BRICS Summit in Kazan, Russia. This year's summit was more significant than ever, gathering the original BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, with an expanded guest list. BRICS is welcoming Saudi Arabia, UAE, Iran, Egypt, and Ethiopia, signaling a shift in global influence. But first, drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're as intrigued by the potential of BRICS as we are, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our deep dives into global affairs. Let's get the conversation started. With the new additions, BRICS represents about 40% of the world's population. This is a staggering figure when you consider the sheer number of people involved. From the bustling streets of Mumbai to the crowded markets of Beijing, the BRICS nations are home to a diverse and dynamic population. These countries are not just numbers on a map, they are vibrant cultures, rich histories, and burgeoning economies. Combined, their GDP is over 30% of the global total. This economic clout is not just a statistic, it translates into real-world influence. The financial districts of Shanghai and Mumbai are buzzing with activity, as traders and business people work tirelessly to drive their economies forward. The stock markets in these countries are a testament to their growing economic power, reflecting the ambitions and aspirations of billions of people. Leading the charge are China and India, the economic powerhouses of the East. These two nations have seen unprecedented growth over the past few decades, transforming from developing countries into major global players. Their cities are filled with skyscrapers, their streets with entrepreneurs and innovators. The economic growth charts for China and India tell a story of rapid development and boundless potential. Together, they boast a combined GDP of nearly $28 trillion. This figure is not just impressive, it's transformative. It means that these countries have structure, education, and technology, driving further growth and development. Financial analysts around the world are taking note as the economic landscape shifts in favor of the East. But with big personalities come big disagreements. The leaders of these nations are not always on the same page, and their differing priorities can lead to tension. International conferences and diplomatic meetings are often scenes of heated discussions as these countries navigate their complex relationships. The stakes are high, and the outcomes of these discussions can have far-reaching implications. Some say BRICS is a way to challenge the West and rewrite global economic rules. This perspective sees the BRICS nations as disruptors, seeking to create a new world order that better reflects their interests. Protesters and political analysts alike debate the fairness of the current system, and international trade agreements are constantly being negotiated and renegotiated. Maybe it's about recognizing the shifting balance of power. The world is changing, and the traditional centers of power are no longer as dominant as they once were. The BRICS nations are asserting themselves on the global stage, demanding recognition and respect. This shift is not just economic, it's also political and cultural, as these countries seek to influence global norms and values. BRICS is demanding a seat at the grown-ups table, bringing their own snacks to share. This metaphor captures the essence of their ambition. They want to be part of the decision-making process, contributing their own ideas and resources. Cultural exchanges between BRICS countries are on the rise, fostering mutual understanding and cooperation. These nations are not just economic entities, they are communities with rich traditions and shared goals. Only time will tell how this plays out. The future is uncertain, and the path ahead is filled with challenges and opportunities. As the world watches, the BRICS nations will continue to evolve, shaping the global landscape in ways we can only begin to imagine. The clock is ticking, and the story of BRICS is far from over. Let's talk about the BRICS New Development Bank, or NDB. This institution is a game changer in the world of international finance and development. Established in 2015, the NDB is like the cool younger sibling of the World Bank and IMF. While the World Bank and IMF have been around for decades, the NDB brings a fresh perspective to global development. They're funding projects in developing countries, focusing on renewable energy and clean water. These are not just any projects. They are transformative initiatives that aim to uplift communities and create sustainable futures. So far, the NDB has invested nearly $32 billion globally. This is a significant amount, and it shows their commitment to making a real impact. It's not just about money, it's about sustainable development. The NDB is focused on projects that not only provide immediate benefits, but also ensure long-term sustainability. India is boosting its solar energy game, and China is investing in green urban infrastructure. These projects are setting examples for other countries to follow. Critics say the NDB is a way for BRICS to exert influence and challenge the West. This perspective highlights the geopolitical implications of the NDB's activities. But if it means investing in a cleaner future, bring on the challenge. The world needs innovative solutions to pressing environmental issues, and the NDB is stepping up to the plate. The old way isn't working. Maybe it's time for a new approach. The NDB represents a shift towards more inclusive and sustainable development practices. Beyond energy and infrastructure, the NDB is also investing in social projects like schools, healthcare facilities, and community centers. These investments are crucial for the holistic development of societies. By working closely with local leaders and communities, the NDB ensures that their projects are tailored to the specific needs of each region. This collaborative approach increases the chances of success and sustainability. Looking ahead, the NDB has ambitious plans for the future. They aim to expand their reach and impact, with new projects and strategic goals for the next decade. From Asia to Africa and beyond, the NDB is making a difference. Their diverse range of projects is creating positive outcomes and setting new standards for development finance. Change is never easy, but it's often necessary. The NDB is proving that with the right vision and commitment, we can build a better, more sustainable world for future generations. BRICS is expanding, inviting Saudi Arabia, UAE, Iran, Egypt, and Ethiopia. This strategic move could shift the global balance of power. With Saudi Arabia and UAE, BRICS now controls 20% of global oil production. These new members bring strategic locations, economic clout, and political influence. More voices at the table mean more debate and compromise. BRICS must manage its newfound diversity and find common ground. The only way to navigate the challenges ahead is by working together. The future of BRICS just got a lot more interesting. Imagine a world where the US dollar isn't the only game in town. A world where multiple currencies share the stage, each playing a significant role in global trade and finance. This isn't just a fantasy. It's a vision that some of the world's most influential emerging economies are actively working towards. BRICS members envision a new global financial order with their own payment system. They are not just talking about it, they are taking concrete steps to make it a reality. This new system aims to facilitate smoother transactions and reduce the dependency on the US dollar. These countries are tired of US-centric financial policies and the constant fluctuations in exchange rates that can destabilize their economies. They believe that a more balanced financial system could offer greater stability and fairness. Creating a new payment system is challenging, but could be a game changer. It involves not just financial expertise, but also cutting-edge technology. Engineers and software developers are working tirelessly to build a robust and secure infrastructure that can handle the complexities of international trade. If successful, this new system could significantly reduce reliance on the US dollar and boost trade within the BRICS bloc. It could make transactions more straightforward and less costly, benefiting businesses and consumers alike. However, the US won't welcome this new financial rival easily. The dollar's dominance gives the US significant leverage in global affairs, and any threat to that dominance will likely be met with resistance. It's a geopolitical game of chess with trillions at stake. Every move is calculated, and the stakes couldn't be higher. The outcome of this financial reordering could reshape the global economic landscape for decades to come. The future of global finance is about to get more interesting. As these emerging economies push forward with their plans, the world watches closely. Will they succeed in creating a more balanced and equitable financial system? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. The era of unquestioned dollar dominance may be coming to an end. Let's talk about India and China, the heavyweights of BRICS. They're major trading partners with over $135.98 billion in bilateral trade in 2022. Despite a border dispute, they see the value in BRICS. It's a neutral space for cooperation on shared interests. They can promote their economic agendas and challenge the West. It's like a family reunion. You might fight, but you're still family. Shared economic interests are thicker than water. BRICS is starting to realize that climate change is a thing. China has pledged to become carbon neutral by 2060. They're investing in renewable energy and cracking down on polluting industries. India aims for net zero emissions by 2070, embracing solar power and electric vehicles. Achieving these goals will take time and effort, but the fact that they're trying is a good sign. It shows a growing recognition that we can't keep polluting our way to prosperity. Saving the planet is a team effort, even with geopolitical rivals. BRICS is about more than just economics. It's about soft power. They're engaging in cultural exchanges, educational collaborations, and humanitarian aid. Student exchange programs break down stereotypes and promote understanding. Academic collaborations tackle global challenges like poverty and hunger. BRICS countries are stepping up with medical assistance and disaster relief. Some say it's a PR stunt, but it's still a step in the right direction. Winning hearts and minds is as important as market share. BRICS is here to help, not just take over. BRICS is demanding a bigger say at the United Nations. They're calling for reforms to the UN Security Council. They want more representation for developing countries and transparency in decision-making. BRICS countries are increasingly voting together on key issues. They're pushing back against Western hypocrisy and double standards. It's a powerful message. The days of a unipolar world are over. Whether this leads to meaningful change remains to be seen. But BRICS is here to stay and challenging entrenched power structures. As the BRICS Summit in Kazan wraps up, the world waits to see if BRICS can transform the global order. Will this alliance champion a more equitable and sustainable world, or succumb to internal divisions? If you're excited about BRICS's future, subscribe to InfoMinds for more insights. Share your thoughts below on what this BRICS expansion means for the world.